Hey guys, this is Brad, and this is for the Overweight Athlete Facebook page and YouTube channel. This is our first informational video that I'm going to post, and it is going to be on bicycle seats. And the reason that I chose this first, even before talking about cycling, is because it's just something that I've recently did some changes on, and so it's at the top of my list of things I've been thinking about. So let's just get right into it. Why do we need to talk about bicycle seats? If you don't have a bike and you're thinking about buying one, or if you already have a bike but you don't ride it very much, if the reason you don't ride it very much is because you're uncomfortable, this video could be helpful, I hope. So let's talk about it. Basically, I'm going to start with my road bike and just kind of show you my new saddle for my road bike. Let me see if I can get a good picture there. And if you look at it there, you'll see that it is very thin and it doesn't have a lot of cushion. The road bike, if you see, you can hardly push it down. It's a beautiful, sleek looking thing, but it is also not what you want to start with if you're about to get into cycling. You know, just to be frank, my butt has gotten used to being in the saddle, and so, and I'll tell you why there's an advantage to that kind of saddle once you've gotten used to cycling. Now, just so you know, this is the bike saddle that came, let me back up, this one in the middle there is the bike saddle that came with the bike. And if you can see, I don't want to move this around too much, sorry about that. As you can see, it's actually got some gel cushion in there. It's pretty cushiony. And I left that on there for a little bit as I got used to riding with it. And then I switched to this saddle, which is actually the grandfather of the saddle I just showed you on the bike, the white one. They're actually same brand and same series of saddles. It's a little bit more cushiony than the one that I have on there. And I liked it, but I wanted to have that little area right here that dip, and I'll tell you why that is in here in just a second. But here's what I'm getting at. I'm going to show you one more saddle real quick, and then I'm going to tell you the story that you need to know. This is my mountain bike, and this is a mountain bike saddle. Okay, it has that dip right down the middle. It's got some cushion, but it's kind of a hard cushion. And mountain bikes have a little bit more cushion than road bikes do because there's a lot of bouncing and so on. But what you need to know is that when you first get a bike, especially if you're going to end up going on some long rides, and a long ride I would call 10 miles and over for someone who's just getting a new bike, you're going to want something like this or something like this. I bought this saddle to go on this mountain bike because literally my second ride I was invited to a 36-mile ride, decided to go, and knew that I wasn't going to make it on that saddle that's on the bike now. After about 3 or 4 months of riding on this though, I put the original saddle back on because I had been riding a while and I had gotten used to riding. And basically what happens is your butt gets used to being in the saddle, gets used to being able to deal with it. Here's the important thing you need to know though. Whether you have a saddle like this, or this, or this, or even one like this, the important thing to remember is most people think what they want is something that's going to cushion their butt. Something that's going to hold their entire derriere up, and that is actually it's counterintuitive, but it's wrong. What ends up happening is your sit bones dig down into these cushions, and now you have more real estate that gets rubbed and ends up getting rubbed raw when you're on long distance rides, and you end up chafed. You end up having pain. So you use those seats there for transition. Just for a few months, it's worth investing in one, but plan on moving to the saddle that comes on your bike that's going to be a little bit harder. The reason they put these on there is because they're actually the best ergonomic choice for your riding experience. It is better to have the harder saddle. There's less of your sit bones sink down into that cushion, and you are going to, in the end, be more comfortable with a bit harder saddle that has less cushion and less extra real estate to rub against your leg or to have your sit bones moving around on. So that's why you'll find that if you go to like a higher end bike store, you'll find that most of the seats on bikes don't have a lot of space on them, unnecessary space on them, and don't have a lot of cushion, or they have kind of a hard cushion. And oh yeah, I was going to tell you about this dip here. Let me see if I can show you there. That dip there, and again, the dip or the literally missing area. This is literally, you can see right down through it. That is because you have perennial nerves, and I may be saying that wrong, but perineal might be the correct way to say it. Nerves that go down between your, I'm just going to try to keep it as polite as possible, but that area between your private parts, between one part of your private parts and the other part. And those nerves cause your legs to go numb if you ride a long way, or for us men especially, it is believed that it can actually cause testicular cancer. And so by having a seat where this is dipped, or as you can see it's dipped there, and it's literally gone there, and on my other one it's missing, that's supposed to take the pressure off those perineal nerves. Now, with a seat like this, the idea is that you sit up on your sit bones in these spaces right here, and your perineal nerves are never sitting down on the real estate of the seat very much. But that's not actually. I didn't trust that, so I got a new saddle for my road bike. In any case, I wanted you guys to know about the different saddles that go on bikes and why they're made the way they're made, so you can make some good choices about your bike if you decide to get into cycling, or if you're already into cycling and you didn't know that information, and maybe I've helped you with that.